Hi, my name is Sherry Bradley, and this is my presentation for my Action Research Project. I decided to do my Action Research Project on community involvement for the Great American Bird Count. The reason why I chose this project is because I love birds and bird watching. I am very passionate about conservation and education, and I wanted something that I could involve my community in and show people how easy it is to make small changes or small contributions for conservation that really end up with a big impact for our world and our future. So my plan of action is to see if I can get community involvement for the next Great Backyard Bird Count, which will be held on February 12th through the 15th of 2021. I plan on trying to get community involvement with this through our local community Facebook page, and I am also going to try and get some space in the monthly newsletter to help educate people about it, just in case there are people out there that aren't actually on Facebook. I've already started. I found a neighbor that would post often on our Facebook page. She often would post about gardening tips and how to get more native plants in your garden, how to attract pollinators to your garden and things like that. So I reached out to her to see if maybe this would be something that she would be interested in. And she was very excited about it. So we are working together on how we can try and get more community involvement. I did a post for March and April to educate my neighbors about the hummingbird migration. I included tips on how to make their own hummingbird nectar, about how not to have the red dye in it, and proper feeding and storage of the nectar that they make. I also included information on why we want to attract hummingbirds to our area, how they're great at getting rid of mosquitoes and other pesky bugs, how they're wonderful for helping to pollinate our fruits and vegetables that we're trying to grow in our gardens as well. I'm also, like I said, I'm also working on a flyer or some kind of space in the newsletter to try and start advertising the backyard bird count. I'm also talking with my TAM on how I can get my zoo to bring more participation in for the Great Backyard Bird Count. Although with the pandemic, I've had to put that on the back burner for now. We really suffered with having to be closed for almost 3 months, so I'm going to wait until we're back to full operations and things are running a little smoother, and then I plan on approaching our PR and marketing department to see if maybe this is something that they would be interested in. For results, my hummingbird post didn't get as much attention as I'd hoped they would. I think part of that is it quickly fell to the bottom of the page and didn't get as many views. So in the future, when I make posts about the different birding things, including the backyard bird count, I'm going to stay on top of those throughout the day and make comments or edit the post in some way that will help bring it back to the top of the page so that there is the chance that more people will see it. I'm working with my neighbor on some of the different posts that we can make, what kind of information would be good to get out there as well. For the next steps, once I get through the backyard bird count and see how successful that was, something else that I'm hoping to do maybe in 2021, 2022 is to see if maybe I can get some involvement for the Christmas bird count. This takes place from December 14th to January 5th every year. This requires a little bit more involvement because there is what they call a circle compiler, and you have to go to a designated 15-mile diameter circle where you count birds. So this is a little bit more intensive and a little more involved than what the Great Backyard Bird Count is. So it's something that I have on my checklist, but we'll see how successful we are with the Great Backyard Bird Count first. Some of the key takeaways that I've learned from this project is that I am most comfortable in a servant leadership style. I really like being able to work alongside a team and prompt people to help them fulfill their potential with their ideas. I like making people comfortable enough to share their ideas and have, sort of roundtable discussions and things. I don't like a singular person being responsible for a project. I believe that you see more success with projects if there is a team effort, so that everybody can come together and use their strengths to make the whole idea come to fruition and be successful. I've also learned, which I kind of already knew, but it just kind of reinforced for me, that the more passionate you are about something, the harder you will work to make it successful. You have to believe in what you're trying to do and what you're trying to accomplish. Otherwise, it's really hard to have the motivation there to get it done. And the one thing that I say over and over all the time is that all it takes is a small effort of many to make a big impact. And one of my favorite quotes that we see in the zoo field quite a bit is by Baba Doom, who is a Senegalese conservationist. In the end, we will conserve only what we love, we will love only what we understand, and we will only understand what we are taught. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation.